Today, let's take a look at two economy tractors at 38 engine horsepower, the Mahindra 2538 and the John Deere 3038E. The two tractors are about the same horsepower, but not the same when it comes to value, capacities, and built-in features. Let's start at the engine, the heart of the tractor. The MCRD common rail engine in the Mahindra 2538 has 74% more displacement, 4% more torque, a lower operating RPM, and does not use the high heat, high maintenance DPF filter to meet emissions like John Deere. The Mahindra engine is a wet sleeve, easy to rebuild engine versus the John Deere Yanmar that is a monoblock engine. Mahindra spent $30 million in developing the MCRD engine to meet Tier 4 emissions and does not require any aftertreatment, while the Yanmar engine used in the John Deere 3038E uses the high heat, high maintenance DPF filter. A John Deere owner must be sure every operator understands that it is not good to have the DPF filter regenerate in an enclosed area. So be sure to turn it off when you park it in the shed and barn. And remember to turn it back on when you pull out. The 3038E operator will also need to do a parked regeneration. A light will come on, and you will need to stop what you're doing and regenerate. The Mahindra MCRD does not require any regeneration. What does MCRD mean to you? No regeneration, no extra training of operators, no high heat DPF filter to plug or fail, and no hassles. Just get on and go. Now let's talk about serviceability. The Mahindra 2538 has a front opening hood and easy to remove side panels. The John Deere, you will need to get wrenches out to get the side panels off or to get to the radiator to clean it. The Mahindra 2538 did not take any shortcuts with the air filter. Note the size difference. The Mahindra 2538 is 37.4 horsepower, while the John Deere 3038E is 37.3. Now let's look at the rear end. The 2538 has 31 PTO horsepower, and the John Deere is 30. The Mahindra has 28% more three-point lift capacity, 54% more hydraulic capacity. Get more work done with the Mahindra. Sometimes you will need the three-point hitch to come down slow and sometimes fast. On the Mahindra 2538, the drop response knob is just below the seat as shown. Now the John Deere adjustment knob is way down underneath the seat as pictured. Not easy to get to. The drawbar of the Mahindra is standard. It's optional on the John Deere. You can get one for $171 plus installation. Also take a look at the rear end housing of the 3038E. It is aluminum. Yes, I said aluminum rear end. Maybe that's why the drawbar is optional, and the three-point hitch capacity is 28% lower than the 2538. Also, John Deere does not offer a backhoe for this tractor. Now let's talk about traction. Both front and rear tires of the 2538 are larger for better stability and traction. Mahindra uses steel fenders and hood and platform. John Deere uses plastic. If you take a look at the front axle of both tractors, it is easy to see more beef in the Mahindra. You get bigger tires and bigger axles with Mahindra. A very popular option on tractors this size is a front end loader. As you can see, the loaders are not the same. The Mahindra loader has 20% more lift height, 37% more lift capacity, and 58% more breakout force. A few more details on the loader. You can see the caliper on the tilt cylinder of the 2538. Now we move to the John Deere. Now let's look at the loader frame of both tractors. The John Deere does not measure up. The Mahindra 2538 uses a standard 2-lever quick attach bucket, while John Deere uses a bucket quick attach that uses lynch pins to keep the bucket on. This might not be the best when back dragging with the bucket, as the lynch pins may bend. Also note that the 2538 comes standard with a bucket level indicator. The John Deere does not. The John Deere loader is mounted on the side of the tractor and cannot be removed without completely dismantling the loader. The loader on the Mahindra 2538 is a mid-mount loader that ties to the back axle of the tractor. This spreads the load, giving your tractor a long life. Remember, the 2538 will pick up 37% more and picks the load 20% higher than the John Deere. The Mahindra loader is a quick detach loader and can be removed from the tractor in just a few moments without any tools. The Mahindra 2538 fuel tank is behind the seat, and the John Deere fuel tank is in the front of the steering wheel, next to the high heat DPF filter. Looking at the dashes of both tractors, you'll see that the Mahindra has the fuel gauge on the dash, while the John Deere has a lawnmower style fuel gauge sticking through a hole in the hood. The John Deere gauge is tough to see from the seat. Both tractors have independent PTOs, but the 2538 has an extra feature allowing the operator to select manual or auto PTO. In the auto mode, when you lift up the 3-point hitch, the PTO will stop and will start again when you lower the 3-point hitch. This allows safe mower and tiller operation. The John Deere has a fixed steering wheel. The Mahindra 2538 has a tilt steering wheel that you can adjust to fit any size of operator. The 2538 has a 3-range hydrostatic transmission. First range is for tillers and disking. The second range is for mowing, and the third for transport. John Deere has only 2 ranges. Both tractors use twin-pedal hydrostatic transmission controls. When you look at the front of the platform of the Mahindra, you can see a shield to keep the debris and heat off your legs and platform. You can see on the John Deere that the deck just ends, giving no protection. The 2538 uses a floor mat and an almost flat platform. The John Deere uses a plastic floor and a bare casting hump in the center. Now let's look at the brakes. The 2538 uses dual tractor style brakes, while the John Deere uses a lawnmower style single brake. The 2538 uses a tractor style differential lock, so if one wheel spins, you can press the lever with your left heel and lock the rear wheels to pull out of a slippery spot. The John Deere will require you to push the brake halfway down to engage the differential lock. A very difficult thing to do with one rear wheel spinning. The John Deere 3038E connects the engine to the aluminum rear end with an open bottom cast iron housing that is just a connector. Mahindra uses an enclosed cast iron backbone from the back to the front. We also use a shield on the power shaft to the front wheels. The John Deere 3038E does not use a shield on the shaft that drives the front wheels, so you can get grass and debris wrapped around the shaft. The difference in construction leads to a great difference in overall tractor weight. The John Deere comes in at 2,222 pounds, while the Mahindra comes in at 3,130 pounds. That's 40% more built-in weight. If you were buying tractors by the pound, the John Deere would be the most expensive tractor in the class. More built-in weight gives you better stability and traction. All Mahindra tractors come standard with a 5-year or 3,000-hour powertrain warranty with no deductible. John Deere has a 3-year powertrain warranty and sells you an extended to 5 years or 3,000 hours with a $100 deductible for $905. When you get a Mahindra, you get peace of mind standard. So let's review. The Mahindra 2538 engine has 74% more displacement, more torque, and slower operating speed than John Deere. The Mahindra Tier 4 emissions engines do not require any aftertreatment, unlike John Deere that uses the high heat, high maintenance DPF filter. The 2538 is easier to service with no tool side panel removal and easy hood pop-up. Large air filters give you better engine protection. 28% more 3-point capacity and 54% more hydraulic pump capacity give you the power to take on the big jobs. Standard drawbar, not an add-on. Steel rear end housing, not aluminum. And standard tilt wheel make the Mahindra 2538 the smart choice. Larger tires, 20% more loader lift height, 37% more loader lift capacity, and 40% more built-in weight lets you safely get more work done. And don't forget about the standard 5-year, 3,000-hour powertrain warranty with no deductible. That is standard equipment. Like to learn more or schedule a test drive? You can locate your local dealer at MahindraUSA.com or MahindraCanada.ca. Push more, pull more, lift more with Mahindra.